Good Friday evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laura Painter.
And I'm Chris Thomas. First at 5, an ABC 10 exclusive. For the first time, we're hearing from the mother of Smiley Martin, one of the accused suspects in the K Street mass shooting. He died in the Sacramento County Jail.
She talked with ABC 10's Devin Truby in her first ever media interview about her son's in-custody death. And Devin, we understand you brought her some new pivotal information.
Absolutely, Laura. We shared new information with the family after the Sacramento County Sheriff addressed the drug and overdose issues they're experiencing in the Sacramento County Jail in a press conference. Take a listen.
We can't reveal identities. On June 7th, during pill call, an inmate took his prescribed methadone and gave it to another inmate whose family member sent him a $50 via Cash App. The amount in that dose could be lethal for someone who's not been prescribed that medication or have a tolerance for it. The inmate who received the cup of liquid methadone drank the fatal dose in their cell and died that night.
Here's what we know. Smiley Martin, one of the suspected gunmen in the K Street mass shooting, died of a methadone overdose. He was found unresponsive and pronounced dead in his cell June 8th at 2:15 a.m. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office tells ABC 10 Martin is the only methadone overdose to occur that day. We played that same clip for his mother, Tessijara Mack.
It is that facility's responsibility to prevent him from doing that. It is their responsibility for their safety, for their lives. When they are distributing medication, it is a protocol and they are at fault.
The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says the jail's medication policy is that it must be consumed in front of a nurse and show proof that it has been consumed. But Sheriff Jim Cooper says some inmates will still find a way to get around the rules.
These inmates are very savvy. You gotta watch. And it's one of those things where they play the game, they'll switch cups, distract the nurse.
If inmates can get creative and things can happen, then that is your negligence. That is a lockdown facility. My son was a high-profile case. You should have been watching.
This was not Martin's first incident with the jail. A civil suit was settled after Martin filed a complaint in 2018 citing fear of retaliation. His brother, DeAndre Martin, is currently in jail waiting for his trial on the K Street shooting.
I fear for his life. I fear for his life.
The fear that anything could happen. She spoke to Smiley just hours before his death.
And before hanging up, he said, I have to go to pill call. I'll call you back tonight. If I don't speak to you tonight, then I'll call you in the morning. I love you.
Max says Martin was not taking part in the detox program, does not have a history of drug use, and was not on any medication.
I want them to reevaluate how the medical services are being rendered. So this will not happen again. I also want prosecution.
Sheriff Jim Cooper says they are pursuing prosecution against anyone caught selling drugs in the jail. Under Sheriff Mike Ziegler says they want to pursue murder charges in these cases. Max says so far she has only received a one-page autopsy report and one phone call. The family's attorney, Mark Reichel, has asked the county to preserve all the evidence for future litigation. The sheriff's office says this is still an active investigation, Chris.
We thank you for that exclusive report.